Yo, what is good, guys? Very fun day in the market today. Made some good money on my oil short position, which I took profits on, and I'll show you guys that, as well as just an interesting day overall in the markets. So this is gonna be one of my more important videos because the next big moves that happen are gonna dictate if we make new lows or we squeeze, which I talked about in my previous videos. Make sure to check those out so you know what I'm talking about. But make sure to show this video some love, give it a like and subscribe so you always know what's coming next. And on that note, let's just hop into it. So to start, here's the oil chart. If you're in the Discord, this is what I was looking at last night till like midnight. I was looking for 103.4 on oil, and that's what happened. We hit that. There's a chance we go a little lower, and we bounce from here. But not what this video is about. These are the profits I took. 2,000. Not bad at all. So. I'm going to be watching oil, but yeah, this video is more about buying the whole market because, it's at an area where it's kind of like, I don't know, it's a big spot. You'll see what I'm talking about. But, yesterday, if you watched yesterday's video, I was really focusing on these gaps, and if you were in the Discord, I was talking about how we're probably going to 378.5. We had a high of 378.7, and I also mentioned in my last video I got a short position towards the end of the day, and I sold it right at open, as it looked insanely bullish. It was kind of odd, but it just went flying, and this is when I went short, which I'll go over. And for those in the Discord, I said I would explain my thesis of my bear thesis that I made in the Discord, where I said, SPY gets rejected here. This wedge, this is the big pattern I was watching today. This wedge right here, I've played this pattern before, which I did multiple videos on, and that was back here when we were at 417, and I said, we could come all the way down to the 370s. Look where we are. We're at the 370s right now. So this is where we are. And yeah, we're kind of at that area where, are we going to go to new lows or are we going to get a big bounce? And so what I just mentioned, that gap, once we filled that, I said, I'm bearish. Where is it? So the bearish divergences. So here's the list I gave for why I was bearish. You have your MACD crossing over RSI, rising wedge gap, all odds pointed to the downside. And let me put all those lines up. So you have your gaps. We filled this today, and this is where I went bearish. I was like, there's absolutely no way we can go up. If you were in the Discord, you saw me all day. I'm like, there's just no way. And we started dropping pretty hard towards the end of the day. And let me put up everything so I can explain, so that next time this situation comes across, you can play yourself and understand it. Just learn from it, I guess. So first off, divergences. You had divergences on the MACD and the RSI, and the RSI was crossing through its moving average. And yeah, this is what I was really stressing. You had your price going up while your MACD is going down, crossed over to, which is even more bearish now. And it hadn't crossed over at the time I did this, but you have your RSI going down, which also crossed through its moving average. So those were just some of the things. You had a gap below, and you're in this rising wedge. Rising wedges are extraordinarily consistent. They rarely fail, and especially if you can tie them with other indicators, it's pretty easy to know which way it's gonna go. And that's why I went short up here. I shorted pretty much right at the top. I said it in the Discord, and yeah. So towards the beginning of the day, I was talking about how I could see coming back to that lower trend line, and could be a nice short to there. We're up here at the top of the trend line, and look where we are now. We're at the bottom of it. So yeah, that's my explanation. I just went over my bare thesis and why I was so confident about that. And next up, what's coming next? Really realize it's all up to the gaps. So Spire has a very strong tendency to fill gaps, usually within several days. And I was assuming this one would get filled. We filled it, and then it's in between two gaps. You had this gap and this gap, and it's like, okay, which one is it going to fill it first? Which one's more likely? And I looked at all the indicators. Volume was falling, and the odds pointed to the downside. So it seems like we will be coming to fill this gap. But in yesterday's video, I mentioned gaps can be supports and resistances. So there's a chance it does something like this, or maybe it comes up, hits this, goes through. There's so many possibilities, but we're heading towards this gap. So, and the charts look atrocious right now on the short term. The daily, weekly, 4-hour, they are still showing strength to me, which is why these next few days are important, because if we get this drop fast enough, that bullish strength and momentum is still there on the longer time frames. So you can drop on the shorter time frames while the longer time frames are still bullish. So that's kind of the view that I have right now. I'm looking to fill this gap before going up, but as always, there's a chance we go to new lows, most likely that 350 area, which talked about in my last two videos. So I think there is a chance we could make a higher low here, and we haven't done that in a while. We just keep going down. It's rough, but this might be coming to an end soon. In my last two videos, I specifically mainly went over the longer time frames, and we'll see how that goes. For now, we're just watching these gaps, because the gaps will lead the way. And if you're in the Discord, if you've been in there for a while, I developed a lot of algorithm theories, which, if you're in there, you've seen it. CPI algorithm, all week, 100%, swinging options overnight, 300%, 200%. You know what I'm talking about if you're in there. So that will be in the description. Join that if you want. I'm not sure why I wouldn't, but I'll have that down below. And back to these gaps, I think it's likely we're going lower, short term, but you got this trend line, which I said is pretty relevant, and what I'm thinking, maybe something like this, you bounce. I think it's very likely we fill this thing, and if we do, what happens during and after is extremely important, because it's very close to this low, as you can see. So if we fall through this, we don't double bottom, it's just going down more. But well, we'll see how it goes. Maybe inverse head and shoulders. A lot of things that can happen, but I think we could see something like this, and you just trend up. So time will tell. We'll see how it goes, but really the big thing you want to be watching is this lower gap. Now that we filled this, this still can act as support and resistance, but just for right now, we're going to take it off, clear everything up, and I showed you the MACD RSI, and everything pointed to going down a little more, so this could be a support. Supports here maybe. This is really the only area you can use to look, actually even less than that. Right here, we have not been down here really, so there's not much to work with. Yeah, I don't know. There's really not much to work with, so next few days are important. It's kind of a shaky level here because there's nothing under it until 350 pretty much. So we'll see how the next few days go out. Tomorrow looks like it's setting up for a down day, but as always, I'm not really focusing on the short term because I like getting all that money out of the big moves. So watch the gaps. That's really all I'm trying to stress here. And that's where I'm gonna leave this video. I said all I needed to say. Jerome Powell speaks tomorrow, actually. Remember that. That should move the market. But other than that, that's all I got for this video. Watch those gaps. They will show the way. So make sure to show this video some love. Leave a like, subscribe, so you always know what's coming next. And yeah, check out the Discord. That'll be below. And other than that, peace out, guys.